Welcome everyone. Welcome to the live stream. I'm David Burns. This is our big important live stream of the year. It's when you'll be a part right now of video number 1000. This is the 1000th video that I've made since I started YouTube. So that was back in 2008. And I'd like to welcome you and thank you for being a part of this 1000th video. And yes, throughout this video, we're going to be giving away $1,000 worth of beekeeping items. So it's going to be a fun night tonight. But I want you guys to know this is a time when I really want to thank everyone. I want to thank a lot of people for making our live stream and our YouTube channel so successful here on YouTube. So I want to give a big shout out to Sherry and Jessica, Carrie and Robbie. They're the ones that really give the things that we need for the live stream. That's really important too. And it's really good to see so many of you here tonight. 1,000 seems to be a theme. So we have a $1,000 giveaway and we have $1,000 items that we're going to be giving away here. And we're excited about that. We've already crossed 800 viewers. That's the other thing we're excited about. We're hoping to cross 1,000 views tonight. Got a little bit of ways to go, but we might make it. And that's exciting. A lot of you have been doing a lot of work to get other people to join us tonight. Oh, and I failed to mention that Christian is also here helping us tonight as well. He's going to be helping with the giveaways here shortly. So we got the whole team working tonight. And I want to take a moment and let you know that the giveaway rules are in the description. So if you get a little confused about the rules or you want to know specific rules of the giveaways, following YouTube's rules, we had those rules in our description tonight. So that's pretty cool as well. So this is going to be exciting. I want to introduce some more people to you right now. And boy, we are climbing to 1,000 pretty quick. We just crossed 900. That's exciting. Of course, let's see if I can introduce these one at a time real quick. Hey, Sherry, my wife, how are you?
Hello to everybody. I'm so glad to see you tonight.
Yeah, it's good to have Sherry with us. Sherry has we started the live stream together, just me and Sherry at first. So that was fun. Sherry's been in a lot of videos, and she also won a silver play button once we crossed 100,000 subscribers because she is part of the team, part of making it all happen. So that's pretty exciting.
Other people here make it so easy.
Oh, I just see we crossed 1,000 already.
Woo!
Oh, we made it to 1,000. Well, congratulations, y'all.
Yay!
I think everybody is a hero today. All of you are doing such a great job getting other people to join us tonight. So that's fascinating, really is. We're hoping that this many people on the live stream doesn't overwhelm the internet or anything, but that's cool. So Sherry, good to have you with us tonight, and thanks for all your help.
Yeah.
Let me introduce some more people. After Sherry and I started the live stream, we noticed there was somebody that was in the live stream all the time, commenting, interacting with everybody in the live stream. And it's Jessica from Virginia. Hi, Jessica.
Hey, everybody.
And Jessica's sporting a nice Beak Squad shirt there. And wow, Jessica, everybody loves you on the live stream. Man,
I love all of our people in the chat. They definitely keep us busy, and they make this a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's great. I don't know how in the world you guys do it. Sometimes I take a peek at the chat, but it goes by so fast, and you guys are able to do it. But people love the way that you interact with them, Jessica, and you've been with us about from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the very beginning.
Yep.
So it's always great that you dedicate.
I'm sorry if my computer's freezing up some. Ooh. It's bad.
Let's see. Oh, we're back. I don't know if I went away or you went away, but we're back.
Everything on my end froze. I was like, oh.
Yeah, me too. Okay, well, we'll let you go, Jessica. Bye. And we have Carrie. Carrie started with us a few months ago. Hello, Carrie.
Hi, everyone. I'm shy.
Cree's shy. That's why shy people work in the background. So they're embarrassed when I bring them out. Cree works the back end of the live stream as well, posting things, keeping things going. And Cree has worked with me in the past and in past years. She is an excellent queen rearer. She is excellent at grafting queens, packaging up queens and all. She's quite the beekeeper too. So good to have you with us, Cree.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Okay. And I'll introduce Robbie. Hello, Robbie.
Hi, David. Hi, everyone.
Cree is in Illinois and Robbie is in Indiana. Hey, Robbie.
Hello. Congratulations.
Hey. Well, yeah, it's nice. Nice that we made 1,000. I didn't expect it, quite honestly, but I was hoping for it, but that's pretty cool. And Robbie is the guy that splashes up all the cool stuff like banners and special videos and things like that. And so we keep him busy back there.
Yes, you do. But I like it. No complaints here.
Yeah, Robbie came on. I don't know how long you've been with us, Robbie. Maybe a little over a year, I think.
A little over a year, yeah.
Yeah. And Robbie and Candy are able to do a lot of the merchandise of the shirts that we'll be showing you here a little bit later.
Yeah.
All right, Robbie. Yeah, I'll let you back to work too. All right, well, good. Hey, I want to thank you guys for helping us reach 1,000 tonight. Is really exciting. And we've got a lot of giveaways coming up, so stay tuned. By the way, right now, you need to go ahead. The way this is going to work tonight, go ahead and put hashtag 1,000. I think you should put 1,000. Does that comma be okay in there? Yeah, I think it'd be fine. So yeah, 1,000. And then that your name will go into the hat for the drawings as we go. So you just need to put in hashtag 1,000. Oh, you want to go with 1,000, Robbie? Okay, let's go with 1,000. Don't put a comma in there. Do it again if you put a comma. So just hashtag 1 and then 3 zeros. That will automatically enter your name into the drawings, okay? Before the drawing, so I got to show you something, okay? Give me your time just for a second. Thank you all for being here. I want to show you a clip of all my time on YouTube. Now, this is going to be from 2008 when I started all the way until 2025. Let's take a look at the history of the video channel developing since 2008.
Hi, I'm David Burns, the Long Lane Honeybee Farms, and today we're going to show you how to treat your hives for mites without using medication. We do this and you can see now the bees are much more onto it and eating it.
Tall side toward the top. It also has what we call a back door where the bees cannot get out, and the front is open. On the other side, there wasn't any classes, any information really out there. I kind of learned on my own the hard way. Boosters, Honeybee Healthy, and it's really good for a spring buildup. Which I put on August the 3rd, and as you can see with the excessive wax coating, they've drawn it out nicely, even toward the outside wall. What to do is show people how you can inspect a hive. And a lot of people are struggling with finding the queen, or maybe more, I don't want to say crowded, I don't want to say congested, but let's just say they're much more packed in there. Seeing what the hives are doing, I've been feeding them with my winter bee kind that I invented, and you can see how these hives are just crazy coming out of winter. Pounding on them, just try to maybe put a small popsicle stick, underneath the top cover. How much work they did on these upper boxes that I added. And they were going really strong until the classes that were going to be held at colleges and universities and bee clubs have been canceled because of social distancing. Next, some of you are following along these hives with me as a way for you to make sure you're doing what you need to do with your bees that are trying to keep better colonies alive and make fewer mistakes. Today we're going to look at some frames that might be something you're one particular Bee Smart bottom board. You may use the traditional entrance and see what happens. Oh, they have drawn it out. I love playing with wax and fire. Yeah, right. Okay, well, there you go. It took a lot more time for me to go across those 17 years like that, but we went past them pretty fast there. I want to thank all of you for being a part of the live stream and a part of my YouTube channel all across that time. It's been really great having you as loyal viewers. Appreciate it so much. That is so appreciated. All right, it looks like we've crossed 1,200. Yeah, 1,200 viewers. All right, that's something to celebrate. By the way, we're getting ready to start our drawings now. Let's get rolling. And remember, scrolling across the screen, in order to win our prizes tonight, you need to leave hashtag and then 1,000. Only submit it one time, please. It won't do you any, it won't help at all if you do more than once. But what we're going to give away first, right off the bat, something that I'm really happy about. Have my assistant bring it to me here. Been using this for many years. It is a Burns feeder board. Look at that. And you put it on top of your hive in either in a dearth or especially in the spring or the fall. A lot of us will be putting these on any day now when our bees stop going foraging. And so you put this on the hive, you put your jars up here of your sugar water, and then you start feeding your bees from the top. You don't want to feed them from the entrance in the fall. That can start robbing. So we'll go ahead and start collecting the hashtag 1,000 to see who will win one of these feeders right here so that we can get that shipped out to you right away. So you want to do it, Robbie? All right, here we go. Let's do it. Who will be the winner of the first prize of the night? Lots to do. A lot of prizes coming up. Oh, Thomas Babcock. Thomas, I know you from EAS. My gosh, thanks for watching tonight. Yeah, Thomas is going to be helping out in the field this year, my field team members. That's great. Congratulations, Thomas, on winning a feeder. All right. Now we're going to do another one right on the back of that one, okay? And it is another feeder, just in case you were dying to win this one and Thomas snuck in and won and you didn't get a chance to win. It's okay. We're going to give another one away, another feeder. And these are ones that I invented to really overcome some problems that I was having feeding my bees in the fall. And then I realized, man, it works really good in the winter or the spring as well. Spring feeding my bees works good. And put it on the hive just like this. If you're unfamiliar with this, I tell you, we sell so many of these all across the country to beekeepers, and they really do love them. It does come with the lids, by the way. So let's go ahead and draw our second winner of the night and see who's going to win the second one, the second Burns feeder board. By the way, if you don't win a feeder board and you need one, you can always go to my website at honeybeesonline.com. All right, Vernon T. Congratulations. By the way, be sure and email us within 24 hours at beaksquadwinner@gmail.com. Email us so that we can get your address to ship these giveaways to you tonight. That is awesome. All right. Let's go ahead and jump to another giveaway. And the next one. Oh, these are interesting. Can you hand me that red bow, Christian? I'd like to put that on there. Yeah, look at that. All right. Look at this one. This is a heavy box, and someone's going to win this. You know what's inside of this? It is $50 worth of beekeeping things. And Sherry has actually packaged these up for you. And so we're going to give this away. It is a surprise box. I don't know what she put in there. It's going to be fun to win this. If I was winning anything tonight, I'd want this one because I want to be able to say, oh my gosh, what's in there? You know, what did Sherry put in there? So this is a surprise box of beekeeping things, $50 value of a bunch of beekeeping things. So who's going to win the surprise box tonight? Robbie? Let's see who might win this surprise box. All right, look at the names going by tonight. Oh, yeah. Mr. Joe Ellis. I've seen you a lot in the comments, Mr. Joe Ellis. Congratulations. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. All right, we have a lot more giveaways planned, but just for a minute, I want to just step in here and maybe take a few questions. I see that we've topped 1,300 tonight already. That's really awesome. But I thought we'd take a moment and answer a few questions, and then we'll go right back into some giveaways. I'm saving the biggest giveaway to the very end, of course. That's just what you do to make it more suspenseful. So we got a big one coming up toward the end. And yeah, anybody have a question they want to ask tonight, a beekeeping question? And answer a few questions here between the giveaways, because I know a lot of you might be having questions tonight. All right, Joel, if my bees are trying to build comb through holes in the inner cover, does that mean they need more space? Yeah, it sure does. Anytime bees put excess wax from their wax glands in that little oval shaped hole in your inner cover, it definitely means that they need to put it somewhere. That's for sure. Thanks, Marianne, for your donation tonight. And thank you for being a part of this exciting moment. It really is. I'm pumped and excited. I'm having to hold back my excitement. Yeah, I want to get up and dance. Yeah, it's great. Hey, Richard, I have 2 hives that I did a rock sand treatment on 3 weeks ago. Both hives are going crazy with the washboarding. Any ideas? You know, I wouldn't sweat that, Richard. Washboarding occurs even if you don't treat them with Viroxan. By the way, Viroxan's a new treatment that came out last July or last summer. It's a salic on a kind of like a cardboard substance. So it, yeah, I wouldn't sweat that. That's just what bees, nobody knows why they washboard like that. It's a weird thing to see. We have speculations. We don't know. Hey, Michelle, thanks for your donation tonight. Also wanted to give a shout out to Hives for Heroes. This is not a paid promoted ad or anything, but Steve and I are just good buddies together, and Steve Jimenez. And I love this shirt because I really respect what the work that they do for Hives for Heroes. And the shirt fits, of all the shirts that I have so far, this one really fits me well. It makes me look slim and healthy. So I like the shirt. So thanks, Steve. Steve was promoting the live stream through his social media outlets today. And I said, I'll put your shirt on too. Hey, Trish, thanks for your donation. Thank you for sharing the knowledge with the world. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Well, appreciate that. I work hard for you guys. I recorded with a podcast today with Amy Wu and also Jamie Ellis from Florida, 2 Bees in a Pod podcast. That was a fun time recording that. I actually recorded it yesterday, I think. Yeah, looking forward to that being broadcasted. Thank you guys for the super stickers coming in. I appreciate it. How about one more question, then we'll have another giveaway. Anybody have another question you want to ask? Hey, Randy. Hey, have you ever noticed that bees seem to draw out frames on the opposite side of the hive opening first? My opening is on the right side, and the frames on the left side of the hives are being drawn out. I've seen it all, Randy. Usually they seem to draw it out in the middle. I can see where certainly the bees would draw it out on one side. Sally, thank you so much for that. For that donation. But yeah, if they draw it out on the opposite side of your opening, it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? If you've got delicious honey, it's the food that they need. Why not hide it further away from that opening, I think. Heidi, thank you for your donation, and I appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, by the way, your donations are always helpful for moments like this where we can have giveaway, give back to the beekeeping community. I want to say again, this is not a moment where I'm shining in front of you guys. This is a moment where you're shining, because you guys are the loyal people that watch the videos, that come to the live stream. And I'm here to support you in your beekeeper journey. You're the hero. I'm here to help you. I'm just trying to give information to make you a better beekeeper. Thank you, Liz. That's awesome. So now we're going to give away another surprise box. And look at this. This is the second surprise box that we're giving away. By the way, just in case anyone wins again that's already won, we're going to skip you. You can only win once during the live stream, okay? So, but anyway, this is another box that Sherry prepared, $50 worth of beekeeping things in here. I have no idea what's in here, but it is got some heft to it. And so to win tonight, just put your name in the hat by typing in the comments, #1000, 1000, okay? And we'll see who will win this. Thank you for that $5 donation. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah. So that'll be our next giveaway. Go ahead and Robbie and set that up for us. We'll see who will be the winner of the surprise box tonight. Coming up is a surprise box. Ooh, Andrew. Congratulations, Andrew. You get a surprise box. Oh, that's great. I am going to be curious about what's in there. You'll have to let the live stream know what was in there. Yeah, we have no idea. Be cool to find out. All right, let's do another giveaway right on the back of that one. Now, this one, you heard me give away the Burns feeders that we really encourage you guys to use during a dearth or in the spring. And the next giveaway is going to be the additives that I recommend that you add to those feeder jars that you feed your bees with, whether you're feeding them in the spring or the fall during a dearth. This next box, I'll show you what's inside of this one, and it is going to be for our pollen protein powder. It's going to be for a nice sized jar of Honeybee Healthy and a nice sized jar of Amino Bee Booster, more protein. So you get the 2 jars, Honeybee Healthy, protein, and you get the pollen powder. And by the way, it always comes with instructions, but if you forget, it's always a teaspoon of the powder, a teaspoon of each of these per quart to feed your bees. It helps them so much. Bees don't live on sugar water alone. They do need these other proteins and minerals and things as well. So let's go ahead and see who is going to win our first additive pack tonight. All right, first additive pack winner. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. It's so cool to see so many of you. Tim Jones, congratulations, Tim. All right, all of you that are winning, be sure and email us within 24 hours at beaksquadwinner@gmail.com. And that way we'll get your address to ship these things to you. All right. And we have one more feeder box. That's right. We'll just do it again. I have 2 of them. So this is again, this is going to be a giveaway for the feeder items. Okay. You add this. So in case you thought, oh, I didn't win that. Oh, we're back online to try to win it again. And you can add this. I have made videos after videos of how much of a difference this makes to add to your bees. So that's going to be good to add that to all of your feeding that you're going to do for your bees. Thank you, Anne, for your donation. Thank you. I'm glad you've learned so much and appreciate you've identified we have some hard work out there. All right, so who's going to win our next feeding additive? Let's see who will win this tonight. All right. All the names going by. Looks cool. Hey, Rodney Courtney wins tonight. That's cool. All right, let's take some more questions that you guys may have. Let's have a pause in our giveaways right now. We'll do a little bit of questions that you have to help you with your beekeeping questions. Looking forward tomorrow to working with Ryan. Ryan was one of the people that is going to be coming out and working with me, making some videos with him, and looking forward to that in the morning. Hope it doesn't rain. Wow. Bee Crazy Apiary. You know, I mowed around my hives the other day and it became a Bee Crazy Apiary. Oh, they do not like my lawnmower at all. My gosh. Hi, David. I recently bought some old hive boxes with frames. The frames take hook and wire foundation. Have you had any experience with this? What are your thoughts versus plastic foundation? I'm so glad you asked that. Now, you just have to think back to when I started beekeeping almost 30 years ago. There wasn't any plastic around back then. So yes, look at my hair color. I had to start with wax and wires. And you'd spend all winter doing all of that. Oh yeah, let me just, a special thanks to Patrick Stevenson for his hard work as our videographer. Every week, Patrick comes up twice this week and he's videotaping. And since I'm really taller than he has to hold his arms and his camera really high like that. But I really appreciate Patrick and all his hard work. We don't want to forget Patrick. But yeah, I used to use all of that wire and wax foundation. That's how I got started. A lot of people still prefer it. And I understand. Thanks, Ryan, for your donation. I understand some of you don't like plastic. And hey, that's fine. I don't have a problem with you not liking something. You know, I've learned way back of everything in the world, half the people will like it, half the people will hate it. Okay. That includes me. Half the people like me, half people hate me. I don't know. It's just like, it's okay. Some people like some things, some don't like things. So you choose whether you like plastic. I like plastic better because my bees do good. It's easy to handle. And I just prefer that. Yeah. 1,400 viewers tonight. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. Welcome to the live stream. Be sure and put your name in the hat for our giveaways by typing in the comments #1000. Hey, Lynn, how long does pollen in the form of bee bread last in hives? And can you give previous year's pollen to struggling hives? Will they use it? And is it safe? It's probably fine to use it. It's probably safe. I have read some literature, and I kind of observed this on my own hives. They don't really like too much of the bee bread once it gets past a year old. I don't think they love it. I think they're like us. They like fresh food, fresh fruits and vegetables. So yeah, I mean, you can try it and see, but my experience is they're not crazy about it if it gets old, not too much. I want to show you guys a t-shirt. Hang on. We love these t-shirts. Now, I think this one is only for me. I think Candy and Robbie made this for me. Look at that. Let me get it up here. Can you see that? One family, one passion, one dream, celebrating 1,000 YouTube videos, 19 years of dedication, and educating beekeepers globally, 2006 to 2025. Wow, that's nice. I'm going to put that on. Yeah, that's really a nice shirt. I appreciate that. All right, look at that. Yep. Oh, that's really cool. One family. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you guys for your donations tonight. Can't see it. Might need a camera that goes lower. All right, let's do another giveaway. Are we ready for? Oh, I got another giveaway to give away now. Thank you, Trish. Okay, our next giveaway. Now, this is only if you don't already have this, okay? It's going to be my ultimate beekeeping class bundle. So this includes all of my 7 full-length beekeeping courses. It includes a beginner's course, the advanced course that talks about pests and diseases, small hive beetle, varroa destructor, and all that. And it also includes a spring management course. And then it includes a winter management course. So a lot of you are probably going to be thinking about, I got to get my bees ready for winter. It includes a mite control course and a queen rearing course. So if you're wanting to dabble in queen rearing or interested in that, and it includes a day in the apiary where I walk through my bee yard and show you things in the hive. So this is a full 7 course beekeeping course. It's called the Ultimate Class Bundle. And I'm going to be giving away this. So if you haven't had a chance to purchase this, we had those on half price on July 4th weekend. So go ahead and put your name in the hat. All you got to do is type #1000, okay? #1000, win the ultimate course free. Let's do it. I want to see who will win this. And I know it's going to be so helpful for you guys that are starting beekeeping, getting going. Rodney was our last winner. Thank you for teaching us. And here in Marin County, California, with your advice, I have no shortage of bees. You are my favorite, followed by the Stream Team and Duck River. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Good to have you on tonight. All right, let's see who's going to win the ultimate course. Drum roll. Be a great course for you to take. Me teaching you beekeeping. 22 bonus. Whoever that is, be sure and email us. At the scrolling on the bottom here, you'll see an email address. You can email us within 24 hours to beaksquadwinner@gmail.com. And that way you'll get this ultimate course sent right to you. Let's do one more giveaway for the ultimate course. Let's do another ultimate course. Another one. I know somebody that's out there really wanting to do some queen rearing. really wanting to get into some advanced beekeeping, perhaps really want to get a little bit sharper, maybe at some of the spring management, winter management ideas and all. And this is going to help you a ton just to watch this. These courses are designed by me, and they're field. Some of those are in the field work. A lot of them is me teaching you, but you're going to enjoy those. If you enjoy my YouTube videos, you'll enjoy these courses. They're more organized. They're all together, and you can watch them the rest of your life. All right, who's our next winner of the Ultimate Class Bundle? Let's see who's going to be the winner tonight. Can't get our drummer going just right, can we? Oh, Soretta Akers. There you go. Soretta? That's good. Thank you. Be sure to email us within 24 hours at beaksquadwinner@gmail.com, and we'll get that sent right to you. All right, let's dive back into some more beekeeping questions. Love answering your questions. Love helping you guys out in beekeeping. Here's a good friend, Tom Copenhaver. Thank you for your donation, Tom. Congrats, David, for all your help. A club member has a queenless hive with over 25 capped supersedures and swarm queen cells. What should he do? Thanks again for all you've done to help me. Well, thank you, Tom. You're a pleasure to instruct in beekeeping. You're real responsive, and Tom really learned a lot and took off. He really did. Started a bee club, everything. Boy, that's a good question. I'm going to lean toward, I'm really worried about the swarm cells. I'm thinking this hive is going to swarm. I know there's supersedures up there, but that's okay. Let's take swarm control, okay? If you're already sure you got the original queen in there, then we can capture her in a queen cage, hold on while we cut out some swarm cells. And if they need to replace her, they can, but let's bring that hive under controlled controlled swarm cells first. 1,500 viewers, that's amazing. Yeah, wow. I had a hive this year that had both supersedures and swarms won. So I think sometimes they go crazy, Tom, and I think they put some swarm cells up high. It's what it appears to me. Yeah. Thank you guys for your donations tonight. I appreciate it so much. Do you know of any problems using an internal feeder during summer to provide water? Oh, you're going to put water inside the hive in an internal feeder? Oh, I don't see a problem with that. Some people might say, well, what about the moisture level? That hive's got water in there in a bucket, in a size of a frame or 2-frame feeder in there. Thank you, EL. But maybe that's not an issue. They're pretty good at keeping it all kind of dried out in there if they need to. That would be my only concern. You're adding a kind of like a container of water in the inside of the hive, but only that the surface could evaporate and make it a little more moist in there. So that's the only thing. Try it and see what you think. Yeah. All right. Hey, Ryan, I think you're coming tomorrow, aren't you? I think that name is you. What advice would video number 1000 David video give to video number 1? Oh, I see. So what would I give advice to me like now, all the way back then? Yeah, that's a tough one, because to be honest with you, I have grown so much and I've learned so much by having a YouTube channel. Having a YouTube channel, like I was telling Dr. Jamie Ellis when we were on the podcast together, that every video that I make, I really have to be sure that it's scientifically correct. And that's probably more important to me now than it was back then. It wasn't that I was careless, but it's just I didn't know. I was young and I was kind of getting my feet wet and making YouTube videos. And so now I think I would tell my younger self, make sure what you're saying is supported with literature and science, and it works. That's a good question. Hey, Kim, appreciate all the advice and encouragement that you've shared. Well, thank you, Kim. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate the donation here. Do you recommend powdered protein to add in syrup to boost brood rearing in the winter? I don't say I invented that, but I've been doing that so long, it seems like I started that trend, okay? That's what the additive packs that we're giving away tonight, absolutely. That's where I discovered, and in a lot of the talks around the country, I go through and show you around, I think it was early 2000s, where I started putting protein powder in the sugar water to give bees a kind of like the same thing they get in nature with honey. All honey has grains of pollen in it, which are grains of protein. And so that's what I do. I love doing it. My bees have responded miraculously. It really helps them so much in that sugar water. Yeah, sure does. Sunshine, good to see you. Thank you for your donation tonight. All right, are we ready for another giveaway? All right. How many more giveaways do we have, Christian? This one here? Okay, 2 more. Very good. Look at this giveaway here. Now, I think this video, oh, thank you, Brian. I appreciate your kind words and your donation. Good to see you here tonight. So this is an interesting shirt. I have 2 of them to show you. Now, this one is, I think this is available. Robbie, you can correct me, but yeah, it is available. Okay. So if you don't win this one, you can go on to our merchandise link, and I'm sure to be scrolling by somewhere, but you can actually get this video. There's the link. If you don't win it tonight, you can follow that link and purchase one celebrating the 1,000th video. You're part of it. You're making history with me. And so you guys, I wanted to bring you in on this 1,000th video. So that's pretty cool that you're here with us. 19 years of doing bee business work. And so there you go. If you want that shirt, we're going to have a drawing for the shirt right now. If you want to win it, put your name in the hat, hashtag 1000, and you'll be the winner of this shirt. But again, you can always purchase those. I got another shirt to show you, and we've got our big giveaway coming up too. All right, here's our giveaway. Who's going to win tonight? Wow. Who is it going to be? Justin. Look at that. Justin Storm won tonight. He won the nice shirt. There you go. Justin, congratulations. Be sure and email us within 24 hours, beaksquadwinner@gmail.com, and you will get this shirt. Now, I got to show you another fun shirt, okay? Gosh, I love this shirt. I think Candy and Robbie, I'm not sure which one made it, both of them, but when I saw that, I fell in love with this shirt. I'm not giving it away. I'm sorry. Maybe they can make more. Okay, they said they can make more, but I love it too much to give it away. I'm going to be stingy, okay? Look at this. You'll relate to this. Those of you that follow me here on YouTube, it says, David Burns Beekeeping 101. Don't see a queen? Do you have a virgin queen? No eggs present? No larvae present? Is your honey uncapped? Wait 10 days. That's my advice that I give to so many people that ask me these beekeeping questions, because a lot of times people work a little too hard to, trying to micromanage and fix problems instantly. And sometimes you just need to wait. Isn't that a cool shirt? Okay, so I think it is going to be available, but I can't give this one away. I'm going to wear this at EAS, so I got to keep that. But that's a cool shirt. I love that one. All right, we got another big giveaway coming up. Our biggest one is coming up, and I'm excited about that one, but not just yet. Let's take some more questions. We got a little more time to help you guys with your questions. Hello, Julie from Texas. By the way, I spoke in Texas, a month ago maybe, and they asked me back to speak again at their summer meeting. I don't have the details where it's at. I don't know if it's in the same town or not, but yeah, I'm looking forward to going back to Texas and speaking in Texas again. So be sure and look for that. I think it's called their fall clinic, they call it. Yeah. Okay, I asked David a question about queen rearing at the conference, in Abilene, and wanted to give an update. The starter nooks made 5 big, beautiful queens that are doing awesome. Well, there you go. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations on your hand at raising queens. Yeah, that starter nook made 5 big, beautiful queens that are awesome. I love raising queens so much. I really do. I haven't made a lot of videos of me raising queens, but that's I love raising queens more than anything, I think. It's so fun to watch them emerge out of their cell, and you got a queen. And once you have the ability to raise your own queens, it really does give you such an advantage in keeping your hive strong, or if you have a queen problem, you can always replace those queens. So that was good. Good. Thanks for sharing that. All right. What's another question from Larry? Hi, Larry. I plan to switch my 10 frame hive to an 8 frame. It's heavy and I'm old. Is it better to do before winter or after? Seems easier to do after, but look to your guidance in Western Washington or Central Washington. Thanks. Larry, I would be tempted to go through winter with 8 frames. I think I would. I think I would do it now. You got a good choice to choose which 8 frames you want to pick, the best ones, the ones that are going to be best for winter. And I think I would do it now rather than wait and do it when you come out of winter. You come out of winter, you reduce them. That's when they're going to be swarming. That's when they're going to be crowded, building up fast. You can do it now. It'd be, I would prefer to do it now. That's my take on it for sure. Appreciate all of you guys so much. We love you. Sherry and I and all the team members love you so much for making this live stream so special. Sometimes my bees like to hover around the front of the hive, and sometimes they're non-existent in the same condition. Why would that be? A lot of times bees will hover around the front of the hive as a orientation flight. I've noticed when kind of like foragers are getting ready to forage, new bees emerge, they got things they're doing and all. Sometimes they take these orientation flights and they just fly out of the hive. It looks almost like a swarm. And it happens to me about 3:30 in the afternoon. Some of you are going, oh, that's what my bees were doing. They're not swarming because they'll fly really big around the hive. But if you look closely, there's more bees facing the hive than leaving it. In a swarm, more bees are flying away. But in this case, these orientation flights, they're just getting their wings and they're looking toward the box. That's probably what you're seeing. I think it is. Hello, Brian. When should we start our winter feeding regimen? Brian, that's a really good question. Here's my secret that I use. Not really a secret, but what I figured out. Science, the literature doesn't really have good answers for us about winter physiology and when it's triggered or why it's triggered. Isn't that interesting? It's still a mystery. Everybody can speculate and we can hypothesize, but we really don't know for sure what makes them start raising bees of winter physiology. The jury is still out on that one. But here's my observation. I've noticed that when there's a dearth, that means an absence of nectar in the area, then the bees, they're not foraging anymore, but all the nurse bees are still wanting to raise brood and take care of brood and all, but they kind of, I'll use the word panic because they don't have the incoming nectar anymore. In the old days, my bees would oftentimes perish. I mean, not the hive, but the eggs and larvae would perish in the frames because nurse bees couldn't feed them. And so that's when I started experimenting, feeding my bees protein powder mixed in sugar water with Honeybee Healthy and Amino Bee Booster. And lo and behold, it beefed up my nurse bees to take care of what the queen was laying in the fall. And so I think that what I like to do is give my hive about 2 weeks to know there's a dearth. And so that's the regimen. That's the winter prep feeding that I do. Once my bees are out of clover, there's a gap until I have my goldenrod. Then I say, okay, let's go ahead. And after 2 weeks, I use 2 weeks to let my bees know that they need to raise bees of winter physiology. There's a gap in the nectar source. So that's what I think triggers it. I could be wrong, but I think that's why they start raising bees, that get through a period of time where they may not make it by being summer bees that only live a month. Okay. Yep. All right, let's do another question, and then we'll do our big giveaway. So stay tuned for that. By the way, if you're just tuning in and you want to be a part of our last big giveaway, it's going to be hashtag 1000 that you'll leave in the comments, and that will put your name in the hat. Doreen, Upper Illinois, below Rockford. Yeah, I've been to Rockford a lot. Oh, why are they not capping over my honey? Doreen, I have a good maybe speculation on that, is because Illinois, we have been so humid. I went biking today and it was so humid. The humidity was 80% when I was biking, and the temperature was in the high 80s. So you can imagine the combination of high temperatures and high humidity. The bees are having a hard time probably drying out the nectar. nectar comes into the colony about 80 or 90% moisture, and the bees have to fan their wings really fast to dry it out. Well, if they're just fanning, 80 to 90 percent humid air across that nectar, it won't dry. And so that's frustrating. I know we need drier days for them to help the bees dry out the nectar. So they got to get it down to about 16%, 17%. They got a lot of drying to do, don't they, before they cap it over? That's going to really be tough. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and have our final drawing tonight, and I'll let Robbie show it what it is right here. It is going to be this beautiful 8-frame hive, and it comes complete with things that you see here. It comes complete with the top cover, inner cover, queen excluder. It comes with the little frame rest or the entrance reducer right there. And it also comes with all the frames inside. And so it has to be assembled, but this will be a great addition to your bees, maybe just in time for you to make a split or do something that you're trying to do in winter or in summer right now. You want to win that hive, okay? And so it is an 8-frame hive, a deep box, and a super with the frames and all the parts inside there to go with it. And I think it'll be beautiful. It's an 8-frame hive. Now, why would somebody use an 8-frame hive? I remember one person asked me a few years ago, what's the difference between a 10-frame hive and an 8-frame hive? And I'm hoping that they wanted to know more than just the number 2, which is what I wanted to say. But I think they really meant, what is the difference of how the bees respond and all that? An 8-frame colony really doesn't make a bunch of difference to the bees, okay? A lot of times the brood nest area in nature, in a tree or something, is not the size of a 10-frame box. It may be smaller like an 8-frame box, but sometimes it is bigger. It doesn't really matter. It's more of a preference for the beekeeper, right? So if you are picking up an 8-frame box, it's going to be 2 frames lighter than a 10-frame box. It's going to be a smaller footprint in your yard. And some people just like some of the smaller size hives. We make all of our feeders, our winter bee kinds and all for 10-frame and 8-frame boxes. Most companies make all the queen excluders, everything comes in an 8-frame or a 10-frame. So it's easy that way as well. But this is the giveaway for the 8-frame hive. Robbie, let's set her up. Let's see who will win a hive tonight. Deep box honey super hive with all the frames and the entrance reducers, queen excluder, bottom board. That'll get you going here. All right, let's see who's going to win the big prize of tonight. That includes shipping to cost. All right, we're getting close. Who's going to be? Andy. Andy Lees, you're the winner of the hive tonight. Hope you're in the mood to start another nuke or maybe catch a swarm with that yet this year and fill her up for us. That'd be great. Wow. All right. Well, that's the giveaways tonight. I really think that's awesome that all of you showed up and participated. And I just appreciate all of you so much for all the things that you've done for the YouTube channel. And you're a part of this 1,000th video that we're making tonight. So that's awesome. We've got a few minutes left tonight. I want to work hard for you guys. So I want to answer some of your questions you've been dying to ask. So what's on your mind? By the way, those of you joining, we did reach 1,000 viewers tonight. We're over 1,400 viewers right now. So thank you guys for all chipping in and getting all your buddies and friends to watch tonight. That's awesome. Getting ready for the first harvest. That's exciting. Wow. First harvest of honey. I'm picturing driving pedal to the metal away from the hives with supers in the back of my mule running from bees. LOL. Am I overreacting? That is so funny because I have done that before. I have had 4-wheelers with supers on them, and I tell the story. I want to tell it to you right now. I had 2 supers on the front of the 4-wheeler and that rack up front, and I'm going like there. I tried to get all the bees off that I could. There's a lot of ways to do that, but there were still some bees on it, right? I remember watching one particular bee. I was going probably 20 to 30 miles an hour, and a bee lifted up off of that box in the air. There was no windshield, nothing, in the air, matched perfectly the speed of that honey super and came between me and the honey super, and that bee actually faced me flying backwards at near 30 miles an hour, hovering between me and the super. That was amazing for me to watch. That bee just stood still, but it had to be flying backwards that fast. That was amazing. I think of bees flying backwards, right? But that's so cool. But it's so funny because I used to do that too. There's a lot of ways I like to use things like honey bandit, and I spray that on a towel, lay it on top of my super. That runs the bees out pretty quick. It does. And that way you'll have less of them in there. I've used compressed air on an air compressor to kind of spray them out. Bee robber, butyric acid, that's a big one too. It smells like vomit. But that'll run them out. You can put it above a inner cover with the bee escape below it, but then you're setting yourself up for possible small hive beetle damage. So that's not a big thing anymore, I don't think. All right, let's have a few more questions. Well, hello, Gary. I have some jarred honey I won't eat. What's the best way to feed it to my bees? I have your Burns feeder board. You could feed it through the jars. That might be the best way. I like feeding bees from the top with my feeder board because it really kind of eliminates the possibility of robbing. If you set that jar of honey out, poured it out on a bowl or a log or something away from your hives, it's still risky. When those bees find some honey like that, they might accidentally find hives and start wanting to rob your hives. So yeah, feeding it internally might be the case. Yeah, might be what works best for you. All right. Hey, Jeff, is there any reason to dilute sugar to feed with if already comes in a liquid form? I collect samples from deliveries at work. No, you don't need to dilute it. You might get a refractometer and see if it measures. What do refractometers go to? About 30%, I think, moisture. But you could see, is it real moist or is it water? Make sure it's safe for bees. Make sure it's not harmful or anything. But bees are a sucker for anything sweet that's in a liquid form. Absolutely. Indeed they are. Well, hello, Mark. How long have you seen sugar count with a refractometer? Oh, how low? My lowest has probably been around 14 to 15. Yeah, the drier it is, the faster it can crystallize. It's a little bit of an issue. I've also had a pretty high mark. I've had it up into the high teens, like 18 or 19, and I was worried that it was going to ferment and spoil. It didn't. And so that was amazing that some floral sources produce nectar and the bees dry it dry enough so it's not going to ferment. And so, yeah, I've seen 14 and 15% moisture level on a refractometer. Yep. Those are handy, by the way. Get a refractometer, buy one on Amazon. You need to have it. It's, what is it, $30 or less to test your moisture in your honey, for sure. Started queen rearing, had some trouble. I can get the starter hive to start, but the finishing hive has torn them down twice. What am I doing wrong? Obviously, the first thing that comes to my mind is that there's a queen up there. Did you make sure the queen was down below? And if you did, maybe your hive, like one of mine, has 2 queens. I'm ready to make that video. But it could be another queen or a queen cell up at the top. Something told them that they didn't need a queen because there was one up there. So that may be the case for sure. I know every time we think the queen's not up there, all at once she is. It's sometimes a bent piece of metal on a queen excluder, on the metal queen excluder, or a broken piece on a plastic or something like that. So check that out pretty good too. Got a few more minutes for a few more questions. Can I produce new queen in queenless hive in July? Absolutely. I'm not sure where you live, but I can in Illinois. I can make queens deep into summer, into early fall. The trick is you got to have drones to mate with virgin queens. So as long as you have drones in DCAs, drone congregation areas, yeah, they'll mate with the queens that you produce. Until your drones are kicked out, you're in good shape. Absolutely. What time of the year is it too late to start with a nuke? A nucleus for what? If you're just running a nuke for a learning nuke, I do really advise people to start a 5-frame nucleus. It's just a small little tiny hive. You can learn. You don't have to open a big hive to learn. Start that anytime. Combine it back before winter. Same if you have a starter nuke for raising queens. Always combine it back to some hives. You'll have to take the queen out, of course, but combine it back into a larger colony. So anytime you got some days in front of you, weeks in front of you where the bee season is still going on, you can make a nuke and play with it. Yeah, might be a good experience. Hey, Don. Bee Patch. Don here. Hi, David. Hope all is good with you and your family. Is it okay to leave my honey supers on till the end of September? I'm having surgery. Won't be able to extract till then. Don, that is perfectly fine. Yeah, that's bees do that naturally, so don't worry about it. Hey, Rich. Thank you, David and team, for your knowledge and your wisdom. You help so much in this fascinating bee world and journey. Congrats on the milestone. Keep going strong. Well, thank you, Rich. I sure try to. Yeah. All right, we got time for 2 or 3 more questions. Hi, Terry. I watched a queen emerge and another queen cell next to that one. Should I cut the cell out, but not sure where to put the cell? Terry, that's kind of tough. Can you make a little nucleus real quick? You've got some equipment. You can move a couple of frames of a strong hive over without a queen and put that queen cell in there and let her emerge on those cells maybe. Or, that's the best you're going to probably be able to do. Otherwise, if they emerge together, they're going to kill each other and fight. So be nice to put her off in a little nuke and save her. You might need her later in the year. A lot of people have queen problems deep into late summer and early fall. And sometimes they're hard to get queens. People are done selling queens. And so to have a little nuke with your queen in there, that's going to be a big help to you for sure. Yeah. All right, let's see. Harold, how are you? What do you look for in a hive to know that there's a dearth? Well, Patrick and I were filming a couple of days ago, and we started early in the morning, about 9-ish, and my bees were not flying. I mean, I said to Patrick, oh my gosh, there's a dearth. Look at that, nothing. But it could be that we've gotten a lot of rain, and rain washes out some of the nectar and nectaries of flowers, and the bees don't go out, or maybe it was just not what they were looking for, was not producing nectar just yet, because later that day, I think that evening, they were going out like crazy. So to answer your question, what you're looking for, when the bees stop going out much, you just can't really see bees foraging. You might see 2 or 3 a minute. And that way you know that there's a dearth. Otherwise, they're hard to count during a strong honey flow. One more question for tonight. Hey, Roger. Have you ever seen bees put sugar water on top of eggs in the cell? Had this happen last week? Any thoughts? Yeah, that happens, Roger. I've seen eggs buried underneath pollen. I've seen it on top of pollen. That's not what the books suggest, is it? That queen has not read the books. She doesn't know what to do. But a lot of times you can see queens walking around with eggs falling out of their abdomen. And so they're dropping these eggs accidentally, and they're just falling in places, that like a cell with nectar in it. So it does happen, and I've seen it. And the bees will just get that out of there and consume it and get some protein out of that. So yeah, don't expect in beekeeping everything to be right by the books. Okay, friends, I got to just say thank you so much for an outstanding evening. Wow, you blew past all my expectations. And again, this is not about me. It's about you and me thanking you for being a part of my channel for the last 17 years. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for watching. I work hard for you guys, as you know, and I love making videos that can help you guys be better beekeepers. And I think you've figured that out. So it has been such a pleasure tonight to see you guys, and Sherry and I and the team. We just wanted to give back. We wanted to give back to you guys, and that's why we had this milestone of 1,000 viewers tonight, a 1,000th video, but give back $1,000 worth of beekeeping things. So thanks for being a part of this, and I hope that your week is going to go great. Love you guys. Appreciate you so much. You mean the world to me. And be sure and watch my videos, because I'll see you in the next video.